In today's video, I'm going to show you how I rig my Old Town Sportsman 120 PDL limited edition Gray Ghost number 107. This is start to finish on how you can rig your Old Town Sportsman to fit your needs. So this is what Old Town gives you. It's a string. These are to mount your seat onto the rail. And there's a little string here so they don't get lost. But we have a Navarre piece for that. So we're gonna lose that string because that's annoying. So here's the little seat attachment for the rail. This is what you get from Navarre. A couple screws and the spacer. Also holds this on. What you do is you leave just a little bit out, and see there's a little piece sticking out there, the end of the screw, and then you take this and you just screw it on. You may have to go a little back and forth a little bit. There, it should be. Did I get it? Ooh, perfect. Well, screw's sticking out a little bit. There you go. And then it'll attach like this. So the screw's there. There. Once you figure it out in your hand, it's a lot easier. So there's that one. Okay, so when you get this on, I would recommend that you put this on, loosen up all these screws on both sides of the track. That way it can flex a little bit while you're installing. Okay, so for the next Navarre advertisement, not a sponsor, we're going to put on these seat risers. I got the 2-inch, which is about, I think, the biggest he sells now. There was a 3-inch, I don't know what happened to that. So these just go under there, little 3M tape. So, it looks like. Just a 2-inch spacer there. It gets your chair to be more like this. If you don't do it, you're always going to feel like you're like this. Next thing I'm going to change out surprise, surprise, another Navarre part. Okay. It's a rod holder I don't use. I'll show you in a minute why. This is a Navarre rod holder cover with track. It replaces the stock rod holder from Old Town. and gives you the ability to use attachments instead of a fishing pole. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is put the steering knob on. I went ahead and got the tall version of it. I think it's better. I don't know why you'd want a short one. But normally they come with little round ball on there, real cheap and flimsy. I don't like that at all. So, let's see. All right, give it a little test. Now keep in mind we haven't put the rudder bolt on yet, which will stiffen up this whole system. Okay, so I got the bolt all installed. Just goes right in here, and then you just tighten it up with a screw, screw head Phillips, and then a 9/16 ratchet is what I used. Tighten it up. It's fairly stiff. I won't know till I'm on the water if it's what I want. I did put some PB Blaster in there because it will squeak if you don't do that. So go ahead and do that from the get-go, because it'll be annoying when you're on the water, because you won't know till you're already out there and then you're committed. And then I need to tighten these up too. This is a little loose. It's a little too much play. Okay, and the Navarre commercial continues. So we'll just take this. Just pops out like that. And you just take these screws out. Okay, now once you take the other one off, these other ones. Okay, so once you get this installed, then I put the Omega Yak Attack rod holder on it. So that just goes in like that, screws in like this, and then that'll be, when I catch a fish, you put my rod in there. I'll have it slightly kicked out, but for right now, just so I could show you, that's what it looks like. So for the through hole kit to mount your transducer, it's just Yak Attack through hole kit. You need a 1-inch hole saw, and then for the Old Towns, we found that this is the best part for it right here, our placement for it. A little closer. So this is perfect placement for it, because I keep my battery in this compartment right here, and that way the wire comes out from underneath using the Navarre mount, and then goes straight into the battery compartment right there. So I just drilled it through. Make sure that you can get it in. Don't put it so low that you can't get your drill in there. So this is at the right height where I can square it up and still get the hole in there cleanly. The next thing you're going to need is a 7/64 drill bit, and that's to make your pilot holes to screw in the through hole kit. So here's the put your ring on. The rubber gasket can be put on afterwards, but really it's just to only make sure that the ring is on. And of course you got to put it in the right way, which is this one. The 1-inch core, which you all set up here. Okay, you need to move it over this way just a little bit because this starts curving up and you want this ring to sit against it flat. For the power cord, you can go, for the power cord, you could, because it's only has this that goes into my power box, you can go back in the other way. This all fits through that hole, and that's easier to run it back that way. And then you can just grab it with your hand when you feed it by. That was very easy. Okay, so one of the accessories you could buy from Navarre, but it was just really a square piece of plastic, so what I did is I just ordered a piece of cutting board. This is just black cutting board. They can get it from Amazon. And then I cut it out to fit the hole pattern that's right here. And then this is just a smaller piece on top because of the screws are longer. And this is just a mighty mount that you can get from Yak Attack. And that's where I'm going to put my 360 light. So just got some screws here, stainless steel. Just picked them up at Lowe's. This just mounts this way. This is a different placement. I had the PDL 106 Sportsman, and this looks like it's overhanging a little bit. So looks like I'm gonna have to cut that down, but for right now I'm gonna put it on. GoPro stop. Mount this up. That just twists on like so. And I just wrap her up. Just like so. For just about everything. First grab out of the bag, got the part I need.
For this install, all you need to do is slide on the spacer, tighten down the Allen screw once you get the right placement. That's it.
Black spacer right here, so it'll prevent the drive from shifting back and forth, and that way when you go to put it on and off in transport, that it'll fit right back in there. You don't have to really mess with it. So for the money, it's a pretty good accessory from Navarre. Comes in black and orange.
This is a flexible locking knob that Navarre sells. I went ahead and replaced this since my buddy broke two of them. It's real easy install. You just unscrew one, put the other one back in, and that's all you really need to do. This prevents being broken when you hit a stump or a rock from your drive, and that way you're not stuck on the water or have a drive that's flopping up and down.
I don't know exactly where to put it as far as up and down or how tight until I actually can put the drive down, and I can't do that when it's on the trip. All right, what's next? Another one of his great inventions, which is the floating nut.
This is a really easy install. You just unscrew it and you screw back on the orange Navarre prop nut. That's all you need to do.
That's it. All done. That way, if you ever need to take the prop off, clean it with, get some grass or you got some line in there, this floats, drops down in there, you'll be able to see it. So I left this one orange because I think there is some value to having the bright orange. I made with the help of House Fishing Adventures is just this drive insert. You can buy one of these from Navarre also. I made this out of wood and just stained it black. You could probably make one out of a cutting board. His are like $70 or $75. It just keeps stuff from falling down the hole. I lost a pair of pliers, for example. At least I think that's where they fell when I was getting out of my kayak at the end of a day. So I guess also tether your stuff in. I didn't do it. Just goes like that. Pretty clean. is put on the old 303. It's like sunscreen for your kayak. I also use a park and pull, another rod cover attachment right here, and then you can see I use a swing out mount for Mac Attack with another park and pull attachment at the front, and that gets it out of the way. This is my catch board that I have to measure the fish for tournaments, and I made a Kydex holder for it so it attaches to my seat. I'm going to do a more detailed video on how to do that. Here's a quick overview of the kayak that I just put together. Happy with the outcome, can't wait to fish it. If you have any questions, comment below. Subscribe to my channel, and thanks for watching.